Hi everyone and welcome. My name is Jen and I am a chef with freezerfit.com. I'm super excited to have all of you here today because I'm going to show you just how easy it is to make 10 freezer meals in under 30 minutes. All of these recipes are going to be kid friendly. That's the most important part because I'm a working mom, so I know how tough that is. And they're also going to be comfort foods, but also healthy. So I'm really excited to share these recipes with you. I am a full-time working mom. I've worked full-time since before my kids were born. I also have written a cookbook. I have a YouTube channel. I travel a lot for my job. So I have a super busy life and freezer cooking helps me a ton. I can't tell you how much time, honestly, that it saves me during the week when I know that I have healthy, ready to go freezers, ready to go meals in my freezer that I can make for my family. So after you get home, after a long day at work, you can just come home to a meal that's ready to go in the crock pot, or you can put it in the Instant Pot. I'm going to kind of go through all that as we go throughout today's class. So as a thank you for staying through till the end of this class, you are actually going to receive this cookbook. So all of the recipes that I'm going to show you in today's class will be in this cookbook. You're also going to get a shopping list so that you can go to the grocery store or order your groceries, which I do a lot. It saves me time, and get all of the ingredients to make these meals. So let's go ahead and get started. I have got all of my bag holders and my reusable gallon bags along with my labels, and I've got most of my ingredients kind of prepped and ready to go. So I'm going to show you just how quick and easy this is. The first thing that we are going to make is a cheesy slow cooker chicken chili, and let me tell you, this is probably my favorite slow cooker recipe out of any slow cooker recipe I've ever tried. So definitely, if you're going to try at least one recipe, make sure that you try this one. So I'm gonna wait kind of until the end to put all of the animal or meat proteins into the bags just so we don't cross-contaminate. But I'm gonna start out with adding my 3 cups of chicken stock to this bag. I'm actually using chicken bone broth, but you can use any type of chicken stock or whatever you have on hand. The great thing about these bag holders is that they just make it so easy to prep freezer meals. It's one of those things that you're like, do I really need that? And then once you get it, you're like, yes, I need this. And the best part is that once you receive your cookbook after you watch the class, it'll have all of the links in there for everything that I'm using. So that's great. We're gonna add in 1 can of corn, and this is undrained. We're also gonna add in, I'm gonna go ahead and put my recycled items back there. We're gonna add in 1 can of pinto beans. You can really use any type of bean that you have on hand. I'm a fan of pinto beans, but black beans will work just as well. And then 1 can of diced tomatoes, and we're not gonna drain that either. Okay, so to make this super easy today, instead of mincing all my own garlic, I'm a huge fan of this garlic paste. It works really well, and it honestly tastes really good. It doesn't have that like fake garlicky taste at all. So we need about 2 garlic cloves, which is about 2 teaspoons. So I'll just kind of eyeball that. And then for the spices. So I went ahead and pre-measured these out in here. I've got chili powder, cumin, dried dill, which I know sounds weird, but it kind of gives like a little bit of ranch flavor to this chili. And then I've also got salt and pepper in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and add my spices in. And then we need just about 1 teaspoon of hot sauce. You can add more if you like it extra spicy. And then we're gonna add in 1 8-ounce block of 1/3 less fat cream cheese. Whenever I'm cooking, I always use the 1/3 less fat cream cheese because I just find that it does just as good of a job and has less calories. I've actually lost 18 pounds in the last several months eating this type of food that my family eats, so it definitely works. Okay, I'm just making sure we have everything in there, and that's it for this recipe. We will put the chicken in here in a little bit. Okay, so next up we are going to make ginger soy salmon. Okay, this is another one of my favorites. I forgot to say about the chicken chili also. That is definitely a kid-friendly one. I love it as well. It's really good when it is topped with like shredded cheese and sour cream and cilantro. It's actually the picture that's on the cover of the cookbook, so you get a little preview of that. Okay, so for the ginger soy salmon, I've got over here a bowl that we're going to use to whisk everything. So in here I've got some brown sugar, 1/3 of a cup of brown sugar. I need to grab my whisk. I knew I was gonna forget something. Can't remember. I can't remember everything, right? Okay, and then we're gonna add 2/3 of a cup of orange juice. So I'm just using regular bottled orange juice. There we go. And then in this container, I've got cornstarch. So we're gonna go ahead and add 1 tablespoon of that. Cornstarch, once we whisk this kind of into the sauce, this will just really help coat the salmon. If you think your kids don't like seafood, definitely try salmon with them. I find, at least for my kids, they really love it. It's kind of one of those like milder fishes, and the flavoring on this is really good. Okay, so we need some soy sauce, 1/2 cup of that. I'm using low sodium soy sauce, but you could use regular if that's what you have on hand, or you could also use tamari or liquid aminos if you want to use that as well. 2 tablespoons of olive oil. That's just going to kind of help emulsify the sauce and coat the fish. And then we've got our brown sugar in there. We need a tablespoon of lemon pepper seasoning. I know it sounds kind of odd in this recipe, but it really does complement the salmon. And we don't need any salt in there because the soy sauce is plenty, plenty salty enough. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this a whisk. And then the last thing that I'm gonna add is just some minced green onions or scallions. I've mostly used the white parts. There's a few green parts in there, but it's mostly just the white parts. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that in and whisk it up. And then we will go ahead and add this to the bag. Okay, and then I will go ahead and add my salmon just because I'll use a fork and then I won't have to contaminate anything. So I am using frozen salmon. You could use fresh if that's what you have, but honestly, I live in the Midwest, and when you live in a landlocked state, it's hard to get good quality fresh fish. So what I find is that frozen fish actually works super, super well. And if it's already frozen, you can just put it right in the freezer bag with the marinade, throw it back in the freezer. Okay, so see how quick that was? It's only been 2 meals, super, super quick. Another thing that I wanted to mention about freezer cooking is that it can really help you take advantage of bulk sales. So my main reason, I guess, for freezer cooking is that I really love saving time because I'm so busy, but I don't want to underestimate the power of saving money as well. Really, when you go to the grocery store, either if you go to the regular grocery store or like a wholesale place like Sam's or Costco, and you see these great deals on salmon or olive oil or canned goods or chicken or fish, you can really take advantage of those and buy them in bulk and then go ahead and make all of your freezer meals. You're going to save a ton of money. Obviously, that's super important because Grocery prices are getting crazy out there. Okay, so I want to know what you guys are most excited with for freezer cooking. Is it that you want to save time? Is it that you want to save money? Or is it that you want to eat healthier or get fit? I'm gonna go ahead and put a poll up on the screen right now. And go ahead and answer that. I am curious to see what you say. Like I said, my biggest concern is obviously saving time. Okay, so what is next? Let's see. We are going to make hot turkey sandwiches. Do you guys like hot turkey sandwiches, or have you ever heard of them before? I sort of feel like maybe they're a Midwest thing. Basically, this is turkey breast, and we're going to slow cook it and serve it with mashed potatoes and gravy and some bread if you want. Most of the time, I feel like people have some objections to freezer cooking, and that is that either the recipes are bland or they don't taste very good. And honestly, all of these recipes are super delicious. I've cooked all of them for my family many, many times over, and they are definitely family and kid approved. So I've got 2 large turkey breasts here. Now, sometimes these are in the fresh meat section, like I found mine today, but sometimes they are in the freezer section. So you just kind of have to look at your store and see where those are at for you. You could also use chicken in these if you wanted to. Definitely super versatile. I've also got 1 onion that I sliced up, so I'm going to add that into there. And then we want to add 4 garlic cloves, so I'm just going to add 4 teaspoons of our garlic paste. And then 1 cup of chicken broth. And then we've got salt, thyme, and poultry seasoning. So I went ahead and put that in this container, or this bowl right here. So I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle that in. No need to, take notes or anything throughout this class, because, like I said, you guys are going to get all the recipes, all of the ingredients, the measurements, everything. So all of that will be coming to your email. This smells like Thanksgiving. It smells really good. Okay, so see, that one was super easy. Definitely fast. Okay. Let's see. The other thing that I wanted to mention is just about labeling the bags. So I am definitely one of those people who have put things in my freezer before, and I tell myself, I'm going to remember what that is. And do you think I remember what it is? Of course I don't. So that is really why I love Freezer Fit, because not only do you get all of these awesome recipes, but you also get the shopping list and you get the printable labels. You just put a sheet of labels into your printer, boom, print it out. And the best part too is that, I know I mentioned before that I travel a lot for work. My husband can easily make these while I'm gone because everything's ready to go. He's got the cooking instructions right there, super easy. Okay, so the next one that we are gonna make is a ham and potato chowder. I have to tell you, this is one of my favorites as well. This one is kind of unique in that it's obviously a freezer meal that's a potato soup. You don't often find that a lot, and I don't know about you guys, but I love any type of potato soup. So I've got just some frozen hash browns here, and these are the cubed kind. So all they are is potatoes, just cubed potatoes. So I'm gonna go ahead and put those into my bag. And the other thing I wanted to mention too is that if anything needs to be added on the day of cooking, the recipe will say that, and it will say that on the label as well. So like, for example, that cheesy chicken chili we made on the day of cooking, you want to add some shredded cheese at the end. So super easy. Okay, we're also going to add some frozen corn. So a 12-ounce bag of frozen corn. This bag gets super full, but don't worry, it'll fit. I'm going to add my spices next. So in here, I've got some dried minced onion, pepper, and salt. And then we are also going to add some powdered chicken bouillon. I always keep this on hand because It is super convenient to make chicken broth out of, and it adds great flavor to a lot of dishes with very little effort. And then next we're gonna add some diced ham. So this adds really great flavor to the potato soup, and it also adds some protein. And that's basically it. So when we go to cook this, we're actually gonna add water and milk to it, but this is gonna cook in the slow cooker. Okay, so I also wanna talk a little bit as I'm continuing to cook here about how awesome the Freezer Fit membership is. And if you like this class, we're gonna be offering a special offer today for you to get your very own Freezer Fit membership. I cannot tell you how much variety there is on the Freezer Fit website. I've been with them for almost a year now, and there is so much variety on there in terms of cuisine and diet. We have tons of different chefs on the site, so definitely something for everyone. Obviously super convenient. I'm going to show you a little bit later how you can kind of generate your own shopping lists and really customize the recipes for either your diet or the number of servings. Okay, next up is some Spanish beef stew. So this is kind of a unique recipe, so I'm really excited for you guys to try it. Essentially what I don't really know, I don't really know how to explain this, so you're just gonna have to try it for yourself. But I've got some beef stew meat here, so I'm gonna go ahead and add that to the bag. Stew meat is very, very convenient. Obviously, it's already pre-cut. Anytime I can take a little bit of help from the store and get things pre-chopped or pre-cut, I'm on it. Okay, and then this needs 10 cloves of garlic, which is gonna seem like a lot, but don't worry, it's delicious. I've made this many times for my family. And then we also need some onion. So I've got one onion here that I just sliced up. And then this is kind of unique, 2 tomatoes. These are just fresh tomatoes that I diced up. I'm gonna put those in there. This one also can be cooked in both, or either, I guess, the slow cooker or the Instant Pot. So that's another great thing about a lot of these recipes on the Freezer Fit site, is that there are a ton of different cooking methods. So if you want slow cooker meals, we've got those. If you want Instant Pot meals, we've got those. We've got them for the oven, for the grill, just tons of different variety. Okay, we also need some prosciutto. So this is kind of where the Spanish influence comes in. So we've got 4 ounces of prosciutto that I diced up. Yeah, when I'm done. I've got children in the house, so I'm live on a webinar, so thank you.
You're live right now?
Yep.
Wait, I'm gonna go on your last one.
Okay. Okay, this is real life, guys. Okay, so we've got our prosciutto in there, and the prosciutto, if you've never had that, it's like a really thin, almost like a cured ham, and when you slow cook this or cook it in the Instant Pot, it like dissolves into the beef stew. It's so good. I'm gonna add half a cup of roasted red peppers that I chopped up, and then, not right now, honey, I'll help you when I'm done, okay? And then we're gonna add some spices. So in this bowl right here, I've got Spanish paprika, fresh rosemary, and that's it. Do we need salt and pepper for this one? Yeah, I think we're gonna add some salt and pepper. The fresh rosemary really adds a great flavor to it as well. So let's add some, nope. Let's add some salt in there. Just measure with your heart. Add some pepper. Okay. I think that's it. All right, another meal done. Okay, next up, let's do our homestyle roast beef melts. Okay, so if you like pot roast, this is kind of a fun twist on that. So I've got a chuck roast here. I'm gonna go ahead and add that to the bag. This one we also need some salt and pepper as well. Just add it to taste. I would say, you know, for this recipe, maybe a tablespoon of salt and a teaspoon of pepper. You have to remember when you're cooking large pieces of meat like a chuck roast, that you really need a lot of seasoning because the cut of meat is so large. And then we're also gonna add just 3 tablespoons of butter in there, 2 cups of beef broth. I want to make sure that's mixed up properly. Okay, and then I also got some freshly minced rosemary there. We're going to add that in. 1 onion, so I actually need to chop that up. And while I'm chopping this, I just want to tell you guys that if you're interested in the Freezer Fit membership, we're going to pop a link up on the screen right now for you to take advantage of that. It is a limited time offer, and it's also a one-time fee. It's not a recurring membership, so this is going to give you lifetime access to the Freezer Fit site, which, let me tell you, is priceless. For real. And yes, honey. And one thing I was going to say too, sorry, I'm getting distracted. One thing that I really like about freezer cooking is it really takes the mental load out of figuring out what's for dinner. I think a lot of times that is the barrier, right? We are mentally exhausted at the end of the day. We don't know what to make. And so sometimes we just either make unhealthy choices or get takeout. And this really solves that problem. Anyone who is a super busy person or a working mom knows sometimes at the end of the day, you're just done. You've had it. And so that's why having these meals on hand is so, so convenient. Okay, I've got a jar of pepperoncini peppers. I'm gonna add the whole thing, juice and all. If you've never added these to your slow cooker roast beef before, it is so good. It almost gives that like, kind of like Italian beef vibe. So we love that. Okay, that one is done. Okay, next up, let's do our, the root beer pulled pork. So I've already went ahead and split up my pork roast because, excuse me, I had a very large pork shoulder roast, so I cut it in half for 2 recipes. So I've got that in here, and if you like barbecue pork, this is a really, really fun twist on that. Okay, so I've got my pork in there. We need 1 onion. I need to get an onion. We're gonna chop that up and add that to there. And then this one is super, super simple. So the only other ingredients you need are 1 can of diet root beer. I prefer to use diet because it obviously has less sugar. And then 2 cups of barbecue sauce. And for most of these recipes, I really don't bother mincing up the fresh onion, just because I find that once you cook it either in the Instant Pot or the slow cooker, it's gonna break down anyway, so there's not really that much of a need for it. Okay, I'm gonna add some salt and pepper. You won't be able to see it, honey. And then we need our diet root beer. I'm using this Zevia root beer, but you can use whatever kind of flavor or brand actually that you want. I know it seems weird, but just go with me. And then also need some barbecue sauce. So for the barbecue sauce, I'm gonna use like a spicy barbecue sauce, but you can use whatever kind that you want. If you like a sweeter barbecue sauce, you need about 2 cups of that. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour that in there. And that is it. Once you cook this, you are going to, once you cook this, you're gonna obviously serve it with some buns or however you'd like to have it. Okay, let's see, what are we making next? Let's do the Thai coconut chicken. This is a really good recipe. I love this one. Okay, so in this bowl, I've already got some of my ingredients. I've got 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, and then I've also got the zest of the equivalent of 3 limes. And then I need to grab my juicer actually. Thank you, sir. So I'm gonna go ahead and juice my limes in here. This is a great recipe for the grill. I made it on the grill actually last summer when it was nicer outside. I'm gonna go ahead and juice my limes in there. The recipe calls for 3 limes, but these limes I got at the store are huge, so I'm just using 2. I know, it's big, isn't it? I suppose also if you wanted to, you could use bottled lime juice, but I prefer to use fresh when I can. Let me clean up some of my onion peels here. Okay, and then we need some coconut milk. 2/3 of a cup of that. This is gonna make that marinade just really creamy and delicious. Okay, and then 1.5 tablespoons of sambal oelek, which is a garlic chili paste. I don't know if you've ever tried this before, but it's super delicious. So we need 1.5 tablespoons of that. And then we've got our brown sugar in there. We need about 1 tablespoon of olive oil. Coriander, cumin, and ginger. So let's see. Okay, I've got random bowls of spices floating around. Okay, yes, so this is my coriander and cumin. I'm gonna go ahead and add that. We need fresh ginger and fresh garlic. So again, we're gonna use our trusty garlic paste. So about 2 tablespoons of fresh garlic. And then fresh ginger, 1 tablespoon. If you've never cooked with fresh ginger before, it's delicious. And then about 1/4 cup of fresh cilantro. So I'm gonna go ahead and mince that up quick. I can't wait for you guys to try these recipes. They are gonna fill your freezer with deliciousness. Okay, so let's whisk this up. This almost reminds me of kind of like a curry flavor, like that. So, okay. So here's our chicken bag, I mean. And then I'm gonna go ahead and pour our marinade in there. So you can use any fish you want for this. I'm using flounder because that is what was on sale at the store. You could use tilapia, you could use cod. I've got about 2 pounds of it here, so I'm gonna go ahead and add that into my freezer bag. I just got this in the frozen section of my store. Okay, and then like I said, this one is super simple as well. So in this bowl here, I've got my spices measured out. I've got half a teaspoon of cumin, half a teaspoon of chili powder, and half a teaspoon of seasoned salt. And then we need the juice of 2 limes. I'm just gonna squeeze that in there with the spices. And this is kind of gonna act like a marinade for the fish. That's one thing I really love about freezer cooking, is that you can just kind of put your marinade in your bag with the protein, and it really does a great job of flavoring it while it's in the freezer. And you're not gonna have any bland freezer meals, that's for sure. Okay, and then to that, I'm also gonna add, let's see, 3 tablespoons of olive oil. And this recipe, I feel like, is kind of unique because it's in the Instant Pot. Like, who knew you could cook fish tacos in the Instant Pot? But I've made these a couple times and they are delicious. Okay. So there's our marinade mixture. I'm gonna go ahead and add that to the fish. And that's it for that one. Okay, what do we have left? We made that, we made the chicken. Okay, so I think we just have the Cuban pork left. So this one also, I went ahead and put my pork shoulder in there. So that's in the bottom of the bag. We need our seasonings. So in here, I've got salt, pepper, lime zest, oregano, and cumin. The oregano makes it just delicious. So I'm gonna go ahead and sprinkle all that over the meat. We're gonna add a cup of orange juice. Now this one you can serve with tortillas, or you can also serve it over rice. That's how I made it the last time, and it was really good with some extra chopped fresh cilantro on there. And then we need about a teaspoon of orange zest. Where's my zester? I really love adding citrus zest to things. It makes it so flavorful. And this has a really great citrusy flavor. Okay, we're gonna add a couple tablespoons of olive oil. The equivalent of 8 cloves of garlic. Yeah, it's a lot. In fact, I think we've gone through one of our tubes of garlic here. Good thing I got 2. Okay, and then just some chopped fresh cilantro. Let's see, do we also need lime juice in there? Yeah, we do. Okay. I was gonna say I have some limes sitting over there, so I think that's what that's for. There's my dishwasher. Okay, we're just gonna add the juice of one of these limes since they're so large. This one also makes great leftovers. You can use it in, you know, quesadillas or tacos or burritos, or just like I said, even eat it with rice or cauliflower rice. And then, okay, so that's it for that one. So let's see if we've got everything here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, can I count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so we've got all of our freezer meals here. Now we just need to add our chicken. So I'm gonna go ahead and add this last just to make sure that I don't contaminate anything. I'm using frozen chicken breast because this was on sale today at the grocery store, but you could use fresh if you'd like. So this is the cheesy chicken chili. I'm gonna add 2 large chicken breasts to that. And then, let's see, we've got pork, salmon, turkey, beef. Okay, so for our Thai coconut chicken, we need some as well. I was super happy to be able to take advantage of this sale with the chicken, so that worked out well. Okay, let me wash my hands quick. Okay, so see how quick that was to put together all of those meals? That's crazy. That's crazy, right? And even if you decide to, you know, go out to eat, you know, once or twice a week, these 10 meals are gonna last you 2 weeks. 2 weeks of meals. Isn't that crazy? So what I'm gonna do now is I really wanna show you guys kind of how the Freezer Fit site works, because it is literally the best thing ever, especially for busy moms. So we're gonna flip over to that. I'm gonna show you how that works. You're gonna love it. So I want to give you a preview of the Freezer Fit website because I want to show you guys just how easy it is to find amazing, healthy recipes. You can print them out. You can print your freezer labels. You can also generate shopping lists and print those. It just saves so much time. So here I'm sharing with you the recipe page. You can find literally hundreds of recipes. Anything you want a recipe for, I'm pretty sure we will have it on the Freezer Fit website. So basically you can go through and find which recipes that you want to make for freezer meals for the upcoming week or month. You can search by ingredient. Here I searched by chicken. But you can also search by type of cuisine, or basically any, you know, keyword or diet that you want to put in. So here we have the chicken Tinga tacos, which is a delicious recipe. And I just want to show you guys how easy it is to change the serving size on this. So I have a family of 4, and all of the freezer meals on the website are set kind of default to a serving size of 6. But if you need to change that to 4 or 8 or 2 or however many servings you have, you can see how easy it is just to change the serving size, and bam, all of the ingredient quantities are going to change in the recipe. So it's super easy. I also love that all of the recipes have nutrition facts listed. That is super important to me as someone who tracks everything that I eat. They also have a comment section, so you can add any comments you have if you make the recipe and you want to give suggestions to others. And then all you have to do is just click add to shopping list, and you can see that all of the ingredients in the recipe will be added to your shopping list. You can also print out the labels. You can print out the recipes. I love printing out recipes and having a hard copy of them. So that is something that is always super important to me and that I really love about the Freezer Fit website. So let me just show you how I'm going to add one more meal to our shopping list and how you can go ahead and print that out. I am going to click on the Greek chicken recipe, which is another delicious one, and basically just add it to the shopping list. And then I can go to my shopping list and see all of the ingredients that are in those two recipes if I'm going to make those this week, and then basically go through your shopping list. You can also see that it's sorted by aisle of the store, which I find is super helpful, obviously, when I am shopping. And you can go through and click on the trash can icon. If there's anything that you already have on hand or that your family has an allergy to and you don't need to get that particular ingredient, just click that. And then you can see, just print your shopping list off, or you can save it or, screenshot it on your phone, whatever you want to do, take it to the store with you, and you're going to have all of the ingredients for your freezer meals right there on your shopping list. Super, super convenient. I really think that is the secret sauce in the Freezer Fit membership. One is having access to all of these delicious recipes. Two is just being able to customize it to what your family needs. That in and of itself saves a lot of time, right? So you're able to automatically adjust the quantities of the recipes. You're able to remove ingredients from your shopping list. And even if you're shopping online, which is a common thing that a lot of us do nowadays, obviously it's going to be super easy for you to take that list and, transfer it over to whatever online grocery service that you're using. Either way, it's just going to save you a ton of time. I know you guys are going to love, love, love this membership. That is why I just feel so passionate about it. Like I said, as a busy working mom, it's something that saves me a lot of time. I was also just talking to my sister the other day, and she was like, I am a freezer meal convert now. She is also a busy working mom. She's actually a single mom. And so she loves it as well. And I know that you guys, it's going to save you so much time, and it's just going to be an invaluable resource to cook for your family. So if you guys want to join in the next 24 hours, you definitely need to do that, because we are going to give you access to all of the cookbooks that exist on the Freezer Fit website. You're also going to get free VIP access to our Facebook group, which is just a wealth of information. And you're also going to be added to our email list. So every time we add new recipes, new live cooking classes, or we add new chefs to the Freezer Fit website, you're going to get notified about all of that. You're also going to get exclusive discounts on other services that we have on Freezer Fit. So we do have at-home workouts you can do. It's just a wealth of information. It's basically like a one-stop shop for healthy eating, exercise, all of the above. So I strongly suggest that if you're interested, and obviously if you have stuck with me to this point in the class, you have to be interested, right? So definitely take advantage of it and sign up today, because in this next 24 hours, again, we're going to have that huge discount. Regularly, the price is $197, but today only it's going to be discounted to $97. I just feel so strongly that you are going to love this membership. So click the link above this video, below this video, or to the side of this video. It's definitely a no-brainer to be able to get dinner on the table for your family. And I just want to tell you guys again, thank you for attending today's workshop. And the $97 that you are going to pay for this membership, I want to reiterate, is a one-time cost. There are no hidden fees, no random payments that are going to show up on your credit card. You are a member for life. So please join us over on Freezer Fit. You are going to love it. All right, guys. So don't forget to check your email for your free cookbook that's going to have all of these recipes along with the shopping list and the labels. Make sure to check like your spam or your promotions folder. Sometimes those get filtered into there. And I really hope that you take advantage of this offer and join us over on the Freezer Fit membership site. We would love to have you. It's going to change your life, I promise. Thanks for watching, and we will see you later. Bye.